Hello everyone, David here, MixBestTV. Hope you guys are having a great day. So I got an interesting question and I thought the answer to that question would make a good video, so here we are. Before we start, please check the info box down below for free plugin special discounts and offers, and if you haven't already, check out the new website MixBestTV.com. In there you will find all the new mix and mastering courses, start to finish, on many different genres, including the latest releases, mixing hip-hop and mixing EDM 2023. In there you can also book mix consultations, private lessons, mix and mastering production, and much more. And if you want to up your mix and mastering skills, click the join button, become a MixBestTV member, access the exclusive videos, and if you enjoy the content, please consider using the super thanks and support the channel, or grab some merch. So here's the question posted on one of the latest videos that I released, how to create the tightest vocal double when you have only one vocal track. John Wood Mastermind asked, I love what you did, but I didn't get something. You have the vocal copied and used at the same time with the original. Doesn't that create phase issues, or did I understand wrong? 100% legit question, and I will start by asking this. What really are phase issues? According to the internet, and mostly like some tutors even here on YouTube, but many people out there, this definition gets thrown out so often without really understanding or explaining what phase issues are. The question is 100% legit because, as I myself thought in many other videos before, every single time we digitally copy a track or we have a parallel and we process that copy in any way, shape or form, when we play the processed track with the original dry track, it will cause phase cancellations. That's where we have to pay attention. Phase cancellations are not necessarily phase issues. Phase issues are caused by phase cancellations. But phase cancellations do not become phase issues necessarily all the time. Why? Because it depends on how deep they are, in what frequency range they are, how nasty they are, how many we have. So a mild phase cancellation is really no different than an EQ move. Example, in that video I'm using a copy of the lead vocal to create a double, right? I'll put the link down below if you missed the video. Let's say, for example, we have a phase cancellation, which will happen. Applying the effect on the copy, in that case, is a pitch shifter chorus kind of effect. We create a phase cancellation around 3-4K. Very common. If it's mild and if it's in that range, that probably, when played with the original track, might just have a mild dip in that area. That is a phase cancellation, but it's not necessarily an issue. An issue caused by phase cancellation would be you parallel a kick drum and then you start messing with it with a non-linear EQ and you get a nasty cancellation at 90, so you eat up all the power of the kick, right? Or if you fake double a lead vocal to the point that you are losing the mono channel, that is a cancellation that becomes a phase issue. I hope it makes sense. It's almost semantic, but it's not. It's a really distinct difference because phase cancellations are normal. They happen all the time in a mix, whether or not you are aware. And many engineers are not even technically aware that this happens. They just compensate because they have great ears. That's why many times you see engineers doing some weird move and questionable move, but it still sounds good. Why? Because a phase cancellation can be compensated with an EQ on a bus, with the EQ on the single tracks, and can be even compensated with another phase cancellation. So this distinction is extremely important. Phase cancellations do not equal phase issues, but phase issues are caused when they happen by phase cancellations. Just so many and so deep and so nasty and on so many frequency ranges, or very important frequency ranges, that they become phase issues. In fact, when created an effect like the one I was showing in that video, technically savvy engineers are very aware that that's gonna happen. We use the phase cancellation to our advantage. That's why we never, or almost never, monitor those effects in solo, the effects that are made from a copy of a track or a parallel of a track. We always shape the effect by listening to everything, to the dry and most likely the entire mix as well. This goes for chorus, flanger, any modulation effects that is applied on a copy of a track or a parallel that is played at the exact same time as the copy, because if it's a different time, it doesn't matter, right? Obviously. It goes for very short reverbs. Very short reverbs will cause phase cancellation. How it gels with the dry vocal creates the sound of the lead vocal. Same for short delays. That's why I insist so much and I stress so much how important it is to route things in a certain way, and you see me doing it in basically all my mixing courses, because if you do it that way, it's so much easier to handle these inevitable phase cancellations and use them to your advantage to create the sound that you want. Think of these types of mild or not too nasty phase cancellation as something that is not much different than an EQ. Unfortunately, when creating an effect like the one I showed in the video, the way you control the EQ has nothing to do with the controls of a regular EQ. You change the EQ by shifting where the phase cancellations happen by using the milliseconds, so the slight time delays of the chorus and the pitching, slight changes in pitches, the rate of the modulation, the depth of the modulation, especially with a modulation effect. The phase cancellations are going to move. What's important, it's how it sounds when everything plays together. So I think this, just like the LA2A and 1176 video, is a pretty basic and simple concept and video, but I feel this is going to help a lot of people, and a lot of people will appreciate it, because like I said, there's still so much misinformation out there, and the definition of phase issues is just thrown out there. It just causes phase issues, and then nobody explains how, when is a problem and when is not an actual problem, okay? So be aware that one way or another, we have small phase cancellations in a mix so very often. Many times we don't even notice it because they are very mild and they simply do not affect the end result or the tracks or the element that we are working on. On multi-mic drums, this happens all the time. That's why I'm also not a fan of aligning room microphones when we record real drums, because positioning microphones at different distances from the drum kit, so we have the close mic, the overheads, maybe a mono room, a close room, a mid room, a far room, and a trash mic. All these microphones at different distances will cause 100% phase cancellations. Is that a phase issue though? No. Most likely not. If we place the microphones correctly, that's what gives us the 3D feeling and the sound of the drum in the room, as opposed to us aligning all the microphones at the same transient, time aligning, mind you, because that's the only thing we can do. Well, we could also rotate phase, but that's craziness. If we time align everything, if we time align all the microphones, the room mic, the overhead with a close mic, first of all, which one you're aligning with, kick, snare, one of the two, and second, all you get is the loudest sound, probably a little bit of bottom end, but you lose the 3D and the actual sonic picture of the drum in the room or any other element in the room. Look at orchestras, right? We don't align orchestras mic, and there's plenty of phase cancellations there. So it's a big distinction between phase cancellations and phase issues. And I get the confusion because, again, the phase issues are caused by phase cancellations when they are too much, too many, too nasty, and so on. So I think this is it for the video. I hope this helped you guys. If it did, if you liked it, please don't forget to leave a like. Consider using the super thanks, support the channel. Go check out the new website, mixbesttv.com, if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and if you have other questions on this subject. I might have overlooked something that is just second nature for me, but not for everybody. If you want to up your mix and mastering skills, click the join button, become a MixBestTV member, access all the exclusive videos. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat, lift me up.